Yeah, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about the fruit you bear. Ye shall know them by their fruit. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. Matthew 7:15-20. This is really important because a man is judged by the fruit he bears. So if you look around you and your life and it's not where you want it to be, it's because of you. It's because of the choices you made or haven't made, the things you've done or haven't done, the people you surround yourself with or haven't surrounded yourself with, the information you put into your mind, the food you put into your body. It all tells a story. And it's easy to think of yourself as a victim, especially if you've been, whatever, abused in the past. You've gone through some fucked up situations in your life, and you may even be justified in some of your claims, but it doesn't really matter. What matters is the way that you respond to it. And so if you really want to know who you are and what you are, just look at your environment. Look at the people you surround yourself with. Look at the things you consume. Look at the way you see the world. Look at the words you say. These things are all reflective of who you are. Because you can't, like I said in the previous video, you cannot be in a place you don't feel comfortable, and you can't be around people that don't reflect, who you are really inside. You wouldn't be able to last in the environment. And the environment is important because if your environment is polluted, then it means that you're polluted. We don't like to think of ourselves that way. We don't like to believe that that if shit is fucked up in our lives, that it is our fault, but it is our fault. Everything is your fault. Especially as a man, we don't get the luxury of being careless. We don't get the luxury of being lazy. We don't get the luxury of being of not paying attention. There's that old quote from The Godfather where Vito Corleone says to Michael, he says, "Women and children can be careless, but not men." And it's true. Women and children can be careless, but we cannot. And of late, the men of late, the last crop, the last 20, or I would even go back maybe 50 years, has gotten more and more careless and has abdicated its responsibility more and more. Now, some of that has to do with conditioning, obviously. Some of that has to do with the shift in the culture. Some of that has to do with outright lying by the people who were supposed to teach us and guide us on our path in life. But none of it matters, because now it's our burden to bear. It's our responsibility to bear. And that doesn't sound fun. It's not cool. It sounds unfair, but it is what it is. So what I want to say is there are things in your life, whether they be financial, whether it be your relationships with women, whether it be your relationships with other men, maybe you got a drug addiction, a pornography addiction, maybe you're just not living, you're not living up to your potential, you're not doing everything you could be doing. Just understand that it's because of who you are. There is a corrupt part about you. There is evil in you that you are giving into. Alexander Solzhenitsyn, who was a Russian in the labor camps in the Gulag Archipelago, he stated that there is the line between good and evil runs through the heart of every man or every human being, and it's true. And it's up to us to decide: are we going to be on the side of good? Are we going to be on the side of evil? And it's not necessarily good and evil in the biblical sense. It's good and evil in the what is righteous, which is also biblical. What is righteous and what is not. For example, a good would be, I'm going to get up today and I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to work out hard. And if I'm doing fasting or OMAD, I'm not going to eat until 5 o'clock. Because you know that compounded over time, months, maybe years, you're going to get a great physique. You're going to feel far healthier. You're going to live a lot longer. And evil would be well, fuck that. I'm just going to eat a bag of chips right now because I'm hungry. Or I'm going to choose to skip a workout, or I'm not going to pay my freaking bill on time. Stupid stuff like that. And you think they're insignificant. You think they don't matter, but they add up. And before you know it, this is who you are now. You're a completely different person. You're probably 30, 40 pounds overweight. You're broke. You're behind on all your rent, all your bills. Dating isn't working out because you don't have any money. You stop developing social relationships because you can't afford to go out. And then your personal confidence and your personal, your self-respect begins to erode. And you find yourself a completely different person than who you were even 6 months ago. It's a negative spiral. And then the thoughts start ruminating in your mind, and then the negative thoughts start building on themselves, and you start isolating. And then because you isolate, they start building on themselves, right? Because you don't have any sort of feedback from the environment. And, you know, that's what fruits are. They're feedback. They're telling you, like, look, this is what you are. This is the result of your value system or your lack of character. So if things are going well for you, financially, with women, at your job, at school, whatever, then obviously you're bearing good fruit. But if things are not working out for you, if there's an area of your life that is fucked up, that maybe it's been fucked up for a long time, that there's corruption there. There's stuff in you, spiritually, psychologically, that needs to be sort of like a cancer, sort of dug out of you, and dredged up from the surface, from deep within. And so much of these things are like, you know, these are compounded behaviors, compounded beliefs. Maybe you got them when you were a kid, but then you ended up perpetuating them in your own mind. And now this is who you are. And I'm bringing all this up because you have to always stand guard at the gate of your mind. You have to watch the things you say, the people you surround yourself with, you have to watch victimhood. You have to watch your own weaknesses, because all of us have them, and all of us are subject to be overtaken by them, and then we end up creating a corrupt environment. And it's never been easier now to be corrupted, especially porn. Porn is horrible. Like it literally, what it does is it in order to have a sexual release, like, you have to do something, right? You have to accomplish something. You have to transcend your current station. You have to accomplish something. You have to win a prize or win a championship or something, so that you can be a person of status, right? And then you have access to women, and you have access to better women, or whatever. Or you have to walk across the room and talk to a girl. You have to take a girl on a date. You have to hang out with her. You have to kick game to her, whatever. You have to do something. You have to accomplish several things. There are certain obstacles you have to overcome. You have to overcome your own fear, your own failure in the past. You have to be good in bed, right? Like, you have to do all these things in order to get a proper sexual release and feel a sense of accomplishment from pornography. You can get it by clicking a button. It's the minimal effort necessary. You don't have to be anything or create anything or be anyone in order to get a sexual release. And so it hijacks your system. It hijacks your natural limbic brain into believing that you've accomplished something and that you deserve this, but you don't. Same thing with video games, even social media, right? You can have a whole debate or a whole whatever. You can have a whole argument. You can feel like you're actually engaging with the world, but you're not. You're just engaging with a keyboard. It's not a real engagement. You're not actually talking to a real person. They're not actually in front of you. You're not having to deal with the consequences if you step out of line, or if you say something to the wrong person, or if you've actually, hurt this person and somebody that you care about or whatever. It's easy to sort of dismiss it. And again, that all manifests itself in your environment. And I'm looking at my life and where it's gotten me, and I'm not in a place that I thought I'd be, that I necessarily want to be in. I want to grow. I want to expand. I want to expand my consciousness and see more things and have access to more things. And I want more wealth. I want wealth, period. Power, status. And this has to come from a change in my beliefs and a change in my thought processes and in becoming a different person. And that is never easy. But all the people that, I admire, that you admire, all the people that have done exceptional things have always pushed the boundaries of their own understanding and their own comfort zone. So if you're listening to this and you're looking around and you're not happy with your life, you have to do something about it. You have to change the way you think, change your behavior patterns, model people that have done great things and have pushed boundaries and transcended their current station. And this is the point of this YouTube channel, is to go back in history and find nuggets of knowledge and wisdom that either have been lost or obfuscated by our current environment, whether they be, quotes from the Bible, or they be things from literature, philosophy, or examples from men of history, so that you understand that, one, it can be done because it's been done by other people, and that you're no different than them. You're the same decaying life form that has preceded us. And it's never been easier now because we have more access to everything. And maybe that choice is what keeps people behind, what keeps you sort of confused and not understanding exactly what direction you have to head in. But you have to pick a direction, because you have a finite life and you're going to die. And so will I. So with that said, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Please share, subscribe. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for taking your time out to watch me. I'm going to be bringing more content on a more consistent basis. And because I want to change, and I want you to change, and I want everyone around me and involved in my life to be the best version of themselves, because it only makes me better. So thank you, and I'll check you guys later. Peace.